You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. This is our first show of the new year, 2019. I am your host, Margie Taylor of Conroe Culture News at Lone Star Community Radio from downtown Conroe, FM 104.5, 106.1. Of course, we are live on Facebook and our City TV, and this will be in the archives on irlonestar.com. So let's get rolling with our show today. Our first guest is going to be Nancy Mikeska. She's with the City of Conroe, Director of Community Development, and she works with Conroe permits, code enforcement, construction, all those fun things. If you really want to do business here, you probably will have a chance to meet with Nancy. Then we're going to have Miguel Lopez, and he's the Executive Director at Lone Star College of Small Business Development. And then we're going to wrap it up with Julie Martineau with the Montgomery County Community Foundation, and they give out money to nonprofits. So she's going to tell us a little bit about that. This show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic Center, and if you have a back, you need to go see Stacy Rogers. That's just the way it is. So if your back goes out more than you, go see her. She's at 3033 Highway 105 by Taco Bell and Conroe High School. Did you know that Pacific Yard House now has a grand piano? You can listen to the piano while you're dining. And they have all-you-can-eat steak ribs. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays is Geeks Who Drink Trivia Contest. Friday nights, you can get a 12-ounce. That can't be right. 12-ounce? I guess so. 12-ounce ribeye, cooked to perfection. And if you want to know about their music events, you can go to their Facebook page at Pacific Yard House. So coming up soon, January 17th, is Taste of the Town with the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce. And next Monday, we will have a guest host here. JJ Holly will be telling us all about that. I will be taking the week off until Taste of the Town, but he will be here, and that could be a really fun thing to listen to that. So there's always music in downtown Conroe, if you don't know that, every single day of the week. And we are a music-friendly area now, too. I believe, Nancy, 7th? Something like that. Yeah, there's only 7 cities that are classified as music-friendly, and that just got that designation on Tuesday, December 18th at Pacific Yard House. So we do have music every single day. I mean, starting with Sunday, with the Gospel Sunday brunch over at Red Brick Tavern, and they have a very specific menu only for Sunday brunch, and a lot of times the chef comes up with his own imagination of things to create as well. And then Monday through Saturday at Corner Pub, Pacific Yard House has it periodically a couple times a month on Saturday nights, Friday nights as well, and then Red Brick Tavern every night too. So don't forget to go by and check that out. The Players Theater Company will be having Lost in Yonkers at the Owen Theater is their first performance of the year, and that will start February 9th. And at the end of the month, we will have the first performance of Stage Right. So go check that out. Go to CrichtonTheater.org and OwenTheater.com to get your theater tickets. So those are all volunteers, too. Every time you go to a performance, they spend a lot of time for 2 months working on their performances and all the way from the wardrobe people to the stage people that create the backdrops, the lighting, all of that. So we're very fortunate to have all of this in downtown Conroe. So with that, we are just going to roll into Nancy Mikeska as the first guest. So, Nancy, how's it going today?
Today is going great, Margie. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here for your first show here in 2019. It's hard to believe it's already 2019, and it's an exciting time in the city of Conroe. So I'm always happy to talk about Conroe and all that's going on around Conroe.
There's a lot going on, isn't there?
There is a lot going on in Conroe.
And I know that the new development for downtown Conroe, which is going to broaden and enlarge that area all the way from I-45 to 10th Street. It may not seem that things are going on, but they are, right?
That's correct. The council is working on a comprehensive plan that will cover the downtown area. It will expand the downtown area, And that will be implemented in phases over time. And for those who don't know, we had a plan that did implement the downtown many years ago, and we implemented that in phases because, funding is tight.
Mm-hmm.
Those are tax dollars. We used some grants as well. But we did pavers, we did lighting, we did there's 26 buildings that were done with federal dollars, the facades of those buildings. So we spent a lot of money in downtown Conroe and over time in those phases, and that was a good plan for us because it worked well. And we plan to start another comprehensive plan with another whole phase, multiple phases of the work, and it'll take years to complete. But we'll have a direction and a progress of how we're going from year to year, and that's an exciting thing to do.
It's very exciting, and I noticed at Christmas time, I started seeing the LED lights. I love that. I wrote about that in my article, I think a week or so ago. But it's really neat that they are on there permanently. This isn't no Christmas take on, take off kind of thing. This makes it very unique, the whole downtown area. And when we say downtown, that's all the way. The pawn shop had the lights on.
All the way to Fraser.
Walgreens had the lights on, and they're the same lights.
Correct.
And it's such a friendly feeling, welcoming feeling when you come into town. And of course, it gets dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Earlier.
So, yeah. And of course, that'll start fading away as time goes on. But it's really a neat feeling that makes our downtown Conroe area unique.
It's very unique. It's very warm feeling. And I think the council really did well with those lights because we actually determined that we could place those lights with very little additional cost to the city because we were actually already putting up the lights each year and taking them down. And the staff time alone to do that and buying the lights over and over again to replenish them, really is expensive. And so to get them, and to get those up and leave them up, and the city will control those. They are remote control operated, and so they will be able to change the lights for various celebrations and those kind of things. So it really was money well spent and something that will benefit the downtown for years to come. So it was a great idea, and it came to fruition this year, and it's an exciting addition to our downtown.
So many exciting things. So we have the lights, we're music friendly. Tell me what else is going on.
There is a lot going on. In 2019 is going to be a really exciting time for Conroe because we're fixing to start our comprehensive plan for the city of Conroe, and that takes about a year to write. Our city planner, which is under my direction as well, will start that. We are out right now with an RFQ, but the comprehensive plan actually sets out a roadmap for the city for our planning process for many years to come. And we will write that. It involves many departments. It involves many initiatives. And it really takes the council some time to get that vision in place. And so we'll be working on that all year. There will be some citizen groups that are involved and, of course, a lot of citizen input. But that's an exciting time for a city to write a comprehensive plan because this really is the roadmap where citizens can actually look at that and see where we're headed and where we're going to go. And then we can look back and see where we've come from. Our current plan was written in 2007, so it's very old. Yes, and it has not been updated since then. So it is time. As you know, we have 2 new councilmen on board, so it's going to be an exciting time for them.
And they're very energized.
They are very energized, and they are very pro-downtown, so that's going to be very helpful to look at downtown issues and initiatives, and it's an exciting time for that too. But comprehensive planning for a city is a massive undertaking. It does take a lot of time, but it's due, and that's what we're going to be starting very soon. So that's very exciting. It's going to make this year a little bit different than in the past. And, of course, we've also got permits. Last year, we did around 12,000 permits. This year, 15,000 permits.
Is that building permits or what kind of permits?
Margie, people ask me that all the time. And the truth is, it's all permits. I pulled all of them, and I do have some other statistics on commercial and residential, which are construction alone. But permits in the permit department run the gamut from large construction projects, say an apartment or a school or the Methodist Hospital, all the way down to a renovation, all the way down to a very free garage sale permit. So they run the gamut.
Really?
Yeah, everything in Conroe just about is permitted. I tell people if you're thinking about doing something, you might want to check with the department and see because we do regulate and permit just about everything. It's mostly centered around safety. We want our construction to be done in a way that is safe for our citizens, and we inspect that to make sure that it's safe. It's the same with residential. If you pay for an electrical or plumber to come and do work at your home, we believe that you should have it safe. And so we're going to come and inspect that for you and make sure that they did a safe job and that it was done to the International Building Code, which is the code that our council has adopted. So inspections and permits are just about everything in city, not just construction. That's the majority of it, of course, but we've got parades, we've got tree clearing, all kinds of permits that come out of permits.
Do you do events too?
Events,
okay.
Amplification,
so that all comes through your office.
Street closures, all kinds of them come through our department. We see it all.
So we don't need to mess with all the other people, just go straight to you, right?
Well, if you have an event or construction, it'll start with us. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And of course, really, our goal is to be customer friendly, to be able to answer those questions for our citizens. If you're starting an event, it's a good place to start is with the community development department because we will direct you in the place you need to go. And of course, getting it done on the front side prevents any type of time delay or something that would, really have an effect on your event or on your construction job. So we have pre-development meetings, for instance, for a new project coming in. We will hold a pre-development meeting, and we will have representatives from the fire department, engineering, community development, construction, permits, all of the above will be in that meeting, and we can direct those developers in a way that will, it's like a one-stop shop in answering their questions before they start. Because if they have that information before they start, then it saves them money and time down the road. They may not like what they hear, but they do want to hear it ahead of time so that they can plan for that. So it's very important that they actually are in those pre-development meetings, and we hold those all the time. They can just fill out an application and request that, and we set that up on their behalf. So we do it all the time.
Well, I have a couple of questions. So if somebody's already built, like this building here, let's say, although I don't want to pick out Dick over here. But so do you come out here and when they do a renovation, do you have to have a permit or do you go through and inspect, say, Cowtown periodically, or how does that work?
Well, there's several different kinds of inspections. Let's talk about fire safety. Yes, the fire department will come through typically annually, but we are getting to where we're so large now with 87,000 people that it's very difficult to do that. We have a lot of businesses and a lot of people, but they typically do come through periodically with the fire inspections and ensure that it is still fire safe. As far as construction goes, construction inspections are only going to occur when there's a permit pulled. But just about every kind of work requires a permit. There are a few things like carpet and paint that do not. But if it's electrical or plumbing and pretty much anything geared around safety, you can pretty much assume that there's going to be a permit that's going to pull. And you're going to have to use a licensed trade professional that's going to do that work for you. And that's going to trigger that permit. The permit's then going to trigger our inspection of that. We have master degree electricians and plumbers and all kinds of folks that work for us that come out and inspect the work. So, yes, we do inspect it. We inspect it when the building changes hands or when the occupant changes. So we will come and we issue a certificate of occupancy for the structure if it's changing hands. Typically, if it's a radio station and tomorrow it becomes another radio station, it's pretty much just a routine thing. But
so you've been next door to the Mercantile.
Yes.
And you've been to the new Bean Punk Coffee.
Yes. Their certificate of occupancy was issued on Friday. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So
every one of them.
You're all over the place. So 7-Eleven. Tell me about 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is coming back. You may remember it back from the day, but they have bought out most of the stripes. So I guess we're going to see quite a few of the 7-Elevens coming back. But we have one going in right in the entry to downtown. It's going to go over where the old kettle was. That will be demolished, and the 7-Eleven will go there in that area. It's about not even an acre that's there, but it will fit a convenience store and 8 gas pumps. And that project will get started soon. They've already passed their pre-development, and several of their permits have been issued. So they're pretty much ready to roll.
Yeah, I was reading about that.
It's coming, yes.
So that's kind of the start of all the renovations, because there are some areas and buildings, let's say out 105, that may need some remodeling.
Yes.
So that kind of seems like that's the first implementation of that.
Yes. If they need remodeling, of course, my advice is always to get a qualified person to help you, because obviously if they know what they're doing, it's going to save you money down the road. But those permits are going to be pulled. They're going to submit their drawings, and we're going to review those and approve those and move forward from there with the particular trade professionals that are needed. They will hire those at their choice of who they want to hire, and then we'll come out and inspect it as they pull their permits. So there's about 14 inspections that are done on each of the construction jobs, unless it's a job like the Methodist Hospital or something like that, and then It was a daily initiative down there. So we have a lot of inspectors that are tied up in subdivisions all day long. So because it's that many inspections going on.
So what about a hotel coming out this way?
We have a hotel coming in on Outpost. That one is going in. It's over by Cavender's. Those permits were issued recently. That is going to be a Marriott over there. 88 rooms. It'll have a conference room, meeting room in that area. They're about ready to start. That's the Patel family or one of the Patel families, but that is a new hotel that is coming and ready to roll. We've had several come in this last year, including the Hyatt over on 3083. Conroe is a hopping town, so
but we need something downtown.
We do need something downtown, no doubt about that. And I'm sure at some
that
point,
the people that come to the entertainment district or the
Sure.
cultural arts district, hopefully, or any of that,
Sure.
they'll have a place to stay and enjoy
Sure.
within
Sure.
walking distance.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
Well, the thing is, my job is once they have decided where they're going, is that we're not get involved. So I don't have really any
Right, I
any
understand that.
say in where they put them. So,
But it would be nice.
Yes, sure, absolutely. You bet. You bet.
Okay. So you also do code enforcement.
Code enforcement is everybody loves
That's
code
not
enforcement.
the good person, right? You have to wear the mad hat.
That's the bad hat that I
Yeah.
wear, or one of them, I guess. But code enforcement is very important to our city. We've done a lot of cleaning up of our city. For many years, we really didn't have an active code department, and it was placed under me some time back, and we really reinvented it. And we have some specific things that have been passed, such as a sign ordinance and a fence ordinance. And just the changes in the fences alone, where the frame of the fence no longer faces the outside, so we don't see that any longer. Some of those very small things really add to a city and to the look of a city. But, the code officers respond all the time to trash and debris. And I tell people a lot when I speak that, it's kind of embarrassing that I have to tell somebody to pick up their own trash. But the truth is, you can't put your trash in your yard anymore. You couldn't do it then, and now we're enforcing our ordinances.
Well,
and
it's kind of like
how
homeowners association, right?
Right.
In a way.
It is, and most of the areas that are active code enforcement areas do not have a HOA that's active. Of course, in some of our other major subdivisions, you could not do that anyway. But code enforcement is very active on business sites and on construction sites, and keeping it cleaned up and keeping it maintained. And just the look of our city overall is a difficult job. It is unending, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
We operate on complaint, so citizens can call in and complain about something that's going on that's unsightly in our city, and a code officer will respond. Of course, you can do certain things with your own property, but if it is detrimental, is safety, sanitation, those are things that we're very particular about. So, if it's not sanitary, if you've got trash and debris out there and there's, rodents and things coming out of it, that's not sanitary, and it's certainly not, it's unsightly. And it causes property values to deteriorate. So we don't want that in our city. Even in our areas that do not have an HOA, we still don't want that kind of
No, absolutely not.
trash and debris. So code enforcement is very difficult. It is not just trash and debris. It's signs, it's junk cars, it's lighting. It's all kinds of things that if there's an ordinance that says you can't do it and then you're doing it, you're going to probably hear from a code enforcement officer. And, that's a step below a police officer. So we don't want to send our police, who need to be reserved for, important criminal activity and those kind of things. We want to send a code officer that can have a one-on-one conversation with our citizen and try to get it fixed. Our main goal with code enforcement is to clean it up and get it picked up. So we try to work with the citizens. It's a very long process. Sometimes it's difficult for them to get it cleaned up. It might be something that has gone on for many years. It might need a crane. There's all kinds of things that have gone on.
There's different levels.
Absolutely.
So you take care of that in your department?
We do, absolutely. And it is ongoing and continual every day.
How many people do you have in your department?
We have 4 positions right now for code officers. So we have 2 of those filled. We have out on the website right now to hire 2 more. So
how many is your whole staff?
Of code enforcement?
No, of overall.
22.
Wow.
Mm,
That's a
22.
big department.
Yeah. Well, for the city, it is, I guess.
It
yes.
is.
Uh-huh.
It is. Well, that's because you wear so many different hats,
That's
right?
probably right.
So
Probably true.
how you say that you do all the permits. So how does that work with the parks? I know they do their own
Mhm.
permits.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't touch parks?
We do.
So confusing.
There's different things. The Parks Department, particularly if you're going to hold your event in the park, then you're going to need to get permission from the Parks
From
Department
parks.
because obviously they have things that they're holding in the park and they're responsible for the parks. And so they have their rules and they have their permit application and they do all of that.
And that's Lindley.
That is
Yeah.
Miss Lindley, absolutely. And then we do on the permit side the same thing we do if you're holding an event anywhere else. We're looking at amplification. Are you going to disturb other people? We're looking at is there going to be a crowd there that's going to need
So yours
security?
is
Much
out,
bigger.
much
Mine is
bigger.
city, right?
Theirs
City
is
concerns.
basically the park, the
Right.
physical entity, and then
That's
yours
right.
is
The citizens
surrounds the
that's
rest
correct.
of it.
That's correct.
Okay, so you work in collaboration.
We do absolutely.
Okay. Well, of course.
Yeah, sure,
It's all
absolutely.
City of Conroe. You should.
That's right.
So what else is going on? What's going on in 2019?
Well, 2019 is going to be exciting. We are out right now on 5 CDBG houses. That's our federal grant that we manage. Those are just underway. In fact, we've just started construction with them. The demolition has occurred, so we're very excited about that. That is a federal grant. Of course, the federal government is shut down, but we continue working right on because we've already received that money. So we'll continue those construction of those houses and get those done.
Where are those at?
All of those are in our housing target area, and that is in the Dugan area, which is just over the tracks here on the south side of 105. We also work in the Madeley Quarter, which is on the north side of 105 on West Davis. But it has been an ongoing program. We've done 69 homes over there, built a lot of houses in Dugan. We're very proud of what we've done over there over the years. It has improved that, and because of those houses and the federal program and the support that the council has given it, we have a sports park over there, and we spent a lot of money on drainage. We've improved streets. So we've done a lot of improvement over there because that is our target area and our focus area. And it is our focus area because that's one of our oldest historic African-American communities in Conroe. And for many, many years, they were just basically ignored over there. And so the council years ago designated that to be our target area for this federal money. We only get about $500,000. We are an entitlement city, which means we typically get $500,000. So we know we're going to get it. We have used some of that for the downtown. The downtown buildings were done with an actual 108 loan, which we paid back some of that with the actual CDBG money. So the tax dollars were not used for that, but tax dollars are not used for the houses either. It is a federal program. Of course, it's congressional dollars, so it is federal tax dollars, but the city dollars are put into the program for the other things that have gone on in Dugan, such as the sports park and the drainage and all the things.
I love that park. That really has had some wonderful renovations.
Absolutely, it's a great
for
park.
The community.
And it's not just a sports park. The MLK Park has been upgraded this past year. Really did a nice upgrade over there. And all those things play into enhancing our target area and keeping our target area, moving forward in the way we want it to go. And this last year, we actually had the director of HUD come down and toured our area with us. And that's the first since I've been doing it. So that was a real honor to have her with us. So you bet. So absolutely.
So buildings like the Crichton Theater, that's not part of what would fall under your reign of CDBG improvements. Is that a touchy subject? You're looking like it
absolutely
is.
not.
So
absolutely
not.
not.
Touchy. I'm just asking.
Absolutely not. The Crichton Theater was actually done with the 108 money. The facade on the building was done with 108 money. That was a 108 loan. That is a name of a loan from HUD. And we applied for that loan and got that loan, and we used it to do the buildings downtown that were done. And the Crichton Theater was one of those buildings. After that, the interior has been done by the Crichton. So we have not had grant money for that because it was for a specific purpose. So the 108 money was for the facades, and it started everything rolling. Yeah. But then the building owners, in order to get that money for the facades, had to agree to upgrade their building inside and to maintain them and do the things that they were doing. So it was an incentive to get building owners and to bring our downtown back to life. At the time, there were a lot of resale shops and those kind of things that were coming in, and it just wasn't the look that the council wanted to see. And so we began the facades on the buildings, and then it grew from there to making viable buildings and businesses that have now come in. So it's been a great program.
Well, I know that they're working on a fundraising project right now to renovate the Crichton, and part of the building is not even usable because of the hurricane,
right?
And all
exactly.
that. I was just curious how that worked into it.
Exactly.
So, anything else you would like to add? We're a little short on time now.
Working for the city is just an incredible honor, and I'm happy to be here and talk about it anytime. we've had such a great council with the support, and that's really what's important for development and for bringing businesses in. Is Conroe is just different than other places, and developers tell me that all the time. They tell me that as complicated as our process can be, go to any other city or go to Houston, and they'll come back up here every time because we really do. It is one of the only cities where you can actually walk in and meet with the mayor and talk with the mayor and or a council member, and that's not unheard of in other cities. So that's a great place to be, and I'm happy to be working there. And happy to be here to talk with you about it anytime, Margie. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, we'll have to do it again.
Absolutely,
So
anytime.
I want to hear all about the updates. Maybe in a couple months, you come back and tell us what's going on now, because things change.
Absolutely,
all
anytime,
the time.
Margie.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and I am Margie Taylor. This is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic. Next up, we might have Miguel, or we'll have Julie. We'll see. We'll be right back.
Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
What can the Better Living for Texans program do for you? You can learn how to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables, choose foods that are relatively inexpensive and good to eat, make your food dollars last longer, prepare quick, nutritious meals, help your children learn how to eat healthier snacks, and much more. Our program is committed to helping people like you improve your health through providing research-based nutrition education in a friendly, cost-free, and relaxed environment. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Okay, we are back after a slight break there, and sitting in the hot seat right now, we have Miguel Lopez, and he is the executive director at Small Business Development Center at Lone Star Community College, correct? Did I get all that right?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Do you want to add anything to that?
No, thank you for having me.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. You've been a little bit of everywhere lately. Weren't you in Vegas this weekend?
Yes.
Maybe. Weren't you in Louisiana too recently? Like 2 days ago?
A little bit, yes, ma'am.
Okay. You having a nice New Year so far?
Yes. We're actively, today was the first day everyone's back at Lone Star College, so we're back at it.
You're back at it.
Yes.
So tell me what back at it means. What do you do?
Sure. So the Small Business Development Center, the SBDC at Lone Star College, we are your general business advisors. It's our job, it's our passion to sit down with business owners, both startup and existing business owners, and provide that one-on-one, confidential, no-cost business advising.
No cost.
Right.
Yes. So you help with business plans and marketing ideas.
Yes, ma'am.
And workshops, all kinds of things.
Business plan, marketing strategies, financial projections, financial analysis. We also work with bankers, CPAs, attorneys, helping them help business owners as well.
And all the people there have worked in business for a good number of years. So they have the experience. Either they've had their own business or have been a major part of running a business.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So you can rely on them to help you out. So where is this? This is at the Montgomery, but it's also in other locations as well.
So actually, we cover the Lone Star College service area, which is approximately 1,400 square miles. I personally office at our system office here in the Woodlands off of Research, but we have an advisor that covers the Cy-Fair area. We have an advisor that covers Magnolia, Tomball, Houston Northwest area. We have a brand new advisor that comes on today. She's going through new hire orientation today, and she'll be covering Greens Point, North Harris campus, Acres Home area, and we are actively looking to fill a spot to cover our East Montgomery County.
East Montgomery County. Good. Very good. Now, Steve Hamilton is in what area? Magnolia?
Yep. Steve Hamilton, who used to cover Woodlands and Conroe,
Yeah.
covers Magnolia, Tomball, and the Houston Northwest.
So who covers Conroe?
That is Karen Sharp. I'm sorry. I cover
Okay.
Conroe.
Okay. You
Conroe
cover Conroe.
Woodlands.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's why we've been seeing a lot of you lately.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me about, so you want to be a business owner. What is that?
Yes. So January 24th, we are kicking off with your assistance, the chamber. I believe the proper name is the Professional Business Development Series.
That's right.
And January 24th, the first topic is So You Want to Be a Business Owner. And having the privilege to sit in front of business owners, both startup and existing, has given me the privilege to not only see what's working, what's not working, plus my years as a banking professional has also allowed me that. But to be able to share with the class, or not the class, but the audience that morning.
The people that come,
Sure.
the attendees. So what are some of the topics you're going to cover?
What it takes to be a business owner. I talk to many folks who think they want to be a business owner, but they don't know what to do. I think there's this misperception that you run your own business and you get to take all the time off you want.
Yeah.
You can. You might not have the most successful business.
Correct. Right. I think I work more with my own business,
Right.
to be honest with you.
The need of having adequate capital to run your business.
Mm-hmm.
Is it properly staffed? Do you have the right people?
You have the right skill set.
Right. And then something you're very familiar with is, are you marketing your business properly? And are you talking to the right audience?
Do you know who your target audience is?
Is your message clear? Yes. So.
A lot of times they don't know who their target audience is.
Right. Yeah, and one doesn't know what they don't know.
Right. Until you ask.
One of the services that we offer is we can actually help run demographic reports for business owners. And again, that's at no cost.
So this seminar, So You Want to Be a Business Owner, and that's with the Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce. That is on January 24th from 8 to 9:30.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a cost to it. If you register now, it's $10 for members. And if you're not a member or you wait till at the door, it's $15, I believe. But it's limited.
Yes. There's limited seating.
Right.
Do you know what that seating is?
I would say 50. Yes. I think it's 50, but you don't want to wait till the last minute to sign up, because people are going to start signing up now that the holidays are over, and you're thinking about your business and what your plans are for 2019. So this isn't just for somebody who wants to start up a business.
No. Actually, this would be a great refresher for those that are currently running or operating their own business.
And it's a good time to do it right at the beginning of the year. So write down your strategies and get some new ideas. So you're going to take questions and answers afterwards.
Yes, ma'am.
And then maybe they might even want to come out to where you're located and find out about taking more classes from y'all.
Sure. And,
more information.
And or, if not, to sit down with us one-on-one. So, yes.
So you also do you do loans over there?
No. Very good question. So we do not make loans.
Okay.
We work with banks and with the SBA. The SBA themselves don't make loans; they guarantee loans. To help our clients get a loan, we will help them with their business plan, the financial projections, financial analysis that come with that, demographic reports and data that goes in your business plan. But we, the SBDC, do not make loans.
Then why do some people say they can get loans through the SBA? For instance, like Josh Cherry, he said that his business, Delta Life Fitness, has now been an approved franchise for loans. What does that mean? You know?
I won't speak for Josh, but
I understand.
I know that.
But as far as from where you're sitting, how does that work if somebody says they're approved by the SBA to get a loan for a franchise?
The SBA has approved what financials and
they've checked them out,
information.
They've vetted them
for
so
that
to speak.
client.
Okay.
And the SBA has said yes, make that loan. The government guarantees this loan for up to 80%.
But you still have to go to your banker and get that done. Okay.
Yes.
So you also have videos. Did I see that you have videos on how to do different things? Some of your workshops, can you get them online, or are they all in person?
They're all in person. We are working with that with our headquarters.
So it's maybe a 2019 thing, possibly.
Don't get me lying on that
I'm
one.
just saying. Okay. So that would be something that you could work towards. But nonetheless, all the services are free. And you can go onto your website. And I think it's at Lone Star College SBDC. No, that's the Facebook page. SBDC Network.
Yes.
.net. Does that sound right?
Yes.
SBDC Network. Okay. So anyway, you can just Google it too and find out about it. But there's a large variety of classes that you have. But I think what's more important is what you said is the one-on-one relationships that you can have, learning all the different tools to make your business better or to start a business.
Right. And if I could piggyback on something.
Yeah.
The Lone Star College SBDC, we are one of 15 centers in the Texas Gulf Coast region. And headquarters for that is U of H SBDC. So if your listeners were to Google U of H SBDC workshops, they will get a link to all the workshops that they offer every month.
Throughout everywhere.
Right.
And they might have some other things that are possibly videos or things that you can take away online because everybody's busy.
Right. Yes,
and so that's where that's kind of going through. So with the Conroe Chamber, and I know that you're also doing some things with the Woodlands Chamber.
Yes.
Because we all kind of work together. There's educational components so that as a member or maybe a prospective member of a chamber, you can go and be educated on different topics related to your business. So I know that at the Conroe Chamber, you're launching this first workshop for the beginning of the year that's of a different format. And then we're going to have another one in 2 months, March, that Jennifer Bruce is also doing. And that's how to create a buzzworthy business. And that's all about social media marketing and that. And she's done that with you guys in the past.
She did a great job.
Sold out.
Yes.
So that's another one. And then Chad Patterson is doing one in May, I believe. And I forget what the topic is, but it's something related to coaching and leadership and running your business.
Right.
So they're all very good things. And I know that all of the different chambers are doing these things, and people need to take advantage of these community resources to grow their business in 2019.
Absolutely. And they're also a fun way to come network with other business owners and
grow relationships.
Exactly.
Because it's all about the relationships. You know, if I can refer you to somebody that can help them with their business, that's what I do. Or to go to Julie Martineau because they have money that they want to give away. And they want to give it to a worthy cause. So she knows the different nonprofits and the different other organizations and trusts and things. And she can tell us more about that, which she will shortly, and how people can get involved in that. So what else? What else you got?
That's all I got today.
That's all you got today. Okay.
Our fiscal year started October 1st.
Okay.
And we've already seen 80 new clients.
Wow.
We're going to keep moving forward.
So what's the process? Do they go online and register, or do they just show up, or what? To come see you or to find out about the
Sure.
different opportunities?
We prefer to meet by appointment.
Okay, so they have to sign up.
Yes, and your listeners are more than welcome to reach out to me personally. I don't know if I'm allowed to give my email address or
You
not.
can do whatever you want. It's all
Miguel,
about you.
Miguel.Lopez@lonestar.edu, and I'll make sure we get the paperwork to them, and we'll set them up.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Miguel. And again, that's January 24th. You can go to Conroe.org to sign up for the class. So you want to be a business owner, or you're already a business owner and you want to fine-tune your skills for 2019 and be successful. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with Julie Martineau.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
And we are back for our final segment here on Monday, January 7th. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News out of downtown Conroe, Lone Star Community Radio, FM 104.5, 106.1, and so many other things. Facebook Live, Sudden Link, Our City TV, YouTube, all that. So we are graced with Julie Martineau's appearance today. And
that's sad.
I've known Julie a long time, more than a year.
Yes, we've
more than 5 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Probably,
golly, 10. You think?
Let's see. This is 19. Yeah, probably about 10 years, something like that. Through all the different nonprofits and community engagement things and so on. So Julie is with the Montgomery County Community Foundation, and I have worked with that organization for the last 3 years, and my duty is over, and I'm sad about that.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the Montgomery County Community Foundation for people that don't know about that.
So the Montgomery County Community Foundation is an opportunity for people who want to leave legacies in this community for the nonprofit sector. And it could be the health and human service. It can be animal welfare. It can be the arts. It can be heritage. Lots of different things. As long as it's a nonprofit, we can set up a legacy. And so what we do is we manage those legacy funds and give grants out through great people like you who go out and vet the organizations and determine where those funds need to be put in this community to improve the lives of Montgomery County residents.
And you've just granted some back in December.
Yes, December 6th, we had our awards reception. We gave out $180,200 to 42 different organizations.
And that
in
wasn't
Montgomery
an
County.
easy task.
No, because we had to drop, as you know, having been on that committee, we received requests over $630,000 from 58 different organizations. So we had a lot of evaluation and cutting to do. Part of it on the staff side, just making sure they're legitimate organizations. And then on the volunteer side, checking to see what the program was, how well they're run. Is this a grant that really can make a difference that we want to be able to put money into? So you all had a very unenviable task, in my opinion.
But we did it fast.
You did a great job, really great job. Y'all came ready to work.
That's right.
We have a one afternoon into the evening time where all the volunteers, there's 12 of them on this committee, Margie being one, who have already done all the research. They come in and they make a mini report about what they saw and make their recommendations based on what they saw, what they read, what they learned. And some people came back and said, this organization isn't something we can fund, either because they weren't where they needed to be as an organization, or we didn't have the right funds for them, because our funds are, for the most part, really specific to a type of area like heritage. So you can't do human service work with heritage funds.
Or animals. Or
animals.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's part of what your job was
Right.
to match up, not just approve the grants, but then match up the funds with the grants that were being requested.
So what's going on now, right now, that you're working on? Don't you work with scholarships and things
We are
like
getting
that?
ready to launch scholarships. We have 9 scholarship funds. And last year we gave out over $13,000 to 10 students in Montgomery County. Some of them went to Lone Star College. Some of them have gone all over the place. We send the money directly to the schools. And it doesn't have to be for college. It can also be for post-high school education. So it could be a trade
Anything.
school. Yeah, it's not always narrowly defined that way. We've started a new fund this year. Keaton Bustle's family created a fund for us this year in his memory. He's the young man from Montgomery High School that died in a car accident in June after his graduation. And so they'll be giving out their first grant this year, their first scholarship for a Montgomery High School student.
Mhm.
Yeah. So some scholarships are specific to a school, some are specific to a college, some are specific to a type of student. So
It depends on the funder, right?
exactly. It depends on how the family puts it together, or the people that build that fund put it together. So yeah, that's the next thing we do. And then we've got a wine dinner coming up.
And what is the date of that? Do you know?
The wine dinner is, it's February 28th. I can't forget
that's
it.
coming up.
Yep, it's in less than 2 months. And what we do is most community foundations charge the funds to administer those funds, and we do not. What we do is we do fundraisers 2 a year. We just had our shootout this past August, and then we have the wine dinner, and between the 2 of those, that covers all of our administrative costs. So the money that we don't give out plows right back into the fund to keep growing those funds. So that's how we operate. It's very unique in the community foundation world.
Well, it's less stressful, too, to have just those 2 events to do that as well, I think. Although those are very stressful things. But I know the shootout gets a lot of community partners involved, and people look
Yes.
forward to that as well.
Yes, it's a lot of fun, the community shootout. Well, I think we're the first one that goes out the door in the summertime. It's in August.
Mhm.
So people are all excited. The guys are ready to go practice shooting before hunting season gets started.
And that's at Blackwood, right?
Yes, it is. It's out at Blackwood Gun Club.
Mhm.
Very good. And then the dinner, the wine dinner, is at Amerigo's, and it's a very nice venue, very elegant, small, 170 people tops, but great auction items, great dinner.
So you're still looking for auction items, too.
Always looking for good auction items. Yep. So if anyone's interested, they can get in touch with me at the Community Foundation. It's jmartineau@mccfoundation.org.
Or Google Montgomery County Community Foundation and find you.
You can always
Or they can
Google
go
me.
just show up. That you're over in the same building as the Woodlands Chamber.
Yes, we lease an office from
But
the
you have
Woodlands
a
Chamber.
secret door.
Only some people get to know that, Margie.
I know. Nobody knows
Show
what
off,
I'm
show
talking
off.
about. But you've been there now a couple years, 3 years?
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yep. I know
Feels
it feels like time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
What can you say? It's a good organization.
It
We're
is.
really having a good time really focusing on growing the endowments because that's really what it's about is how do we put more money in the community. We've also started giving our funds out for the long-term recovery fund. So that
right.
really just launched. We're partnering with United Way, Interfaith of the Woodlands, and the United Methodist Church. We got our first home completed over the Christmas holidays. They didn't get in for Christmas, but they got in on New Year's Eve, and that was
nice.
really exciting.
That's very
Yeah.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you've implemented a few
Few new
positive things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting because I know you're very involved in the community and have been for how long?
Well, I've lived here for 36 years.
How long were you with United Way?
20.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
know many of the players.
I know a lot of this
And
community.
have a lot of relationships,
Mhm.
which is an asset to what you're doing as
I'd
well.
like to think so. We have
You're involved with all the chambers and other business owners, and it's a good thing. You know, a lot of the nonprofits.
know a lot of the nonprofits, and people tend to come to me if they're wanting to start a nonprofit. They want to know what do they need to know most. It's much like what Miguel was talking about.
Right.
Everyone thinks they want to start a nonprofit. One time I had a young lady come to me and say, I can't get people to give me grants. I don't understand why. She hadn't incorporated. She hadn't started anything. She just thought people were going to start dropping money on her because she had a great idea. So there's a lot to know about running a nonprofit.
Absolutely.
So I try and help, much like you do, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So what else is coming out that you want people to know about as we're getting the countdown fingers at us?
Got that. I saw that over there.
Maybe you'll have to come on and talk about the wine event in February again.
That would be lovely. I'd be happy to
Okay.
do that. But really, the next thing is keep an eye out for scholarships. Kids go to their high school counselor to find out about the applications.
Montgomery County Community Foundation, and this is Julie Martineau.
Thank you, Margie.
Okay.
You're wonderful.
Y'all have fun next Monday with JJ Hawley as well as the guest host.
Happy vacation.
Shh. Have a wonderful week. I'm Margie Taylor, and this is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic.